What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Shoppe. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and continue to do that thing that we do. That thing that we do, slanging them things. That's what we do all day long, every day. If we ain't making money, we ain't making smiles on my own face. Not on other people's faces. They actually look quite dejected when they leave my store. They look like they got ripped off by those shady guys that hang out next to, like, the tour boat places. Whenever you know, like, when you go to any touristy place in, like, a foreign country, there's always just those people that hang around and they're looking to take advantage of tourists. And you just feel disappointed. I was traveling with my dad one time when I was, like, maybe 13 or 14. And little did I know, my dad had a point to make. And he kind of just, like, casually let me get ripped off by one of the guys on the dock, and I was pretty upset about it because I have a temper, and when people mess with me, I have the overbearing desire to destroy them and to convert them into carbon matter. And so anyways, old man, he didn't like let it happen, but he knew it was happening, and he was trying to teach me one of those life lessons. And so anyways, got cheated. I think I got cheated out of like 30 or 40 bucks by some random guy that was hanging out on a dock. I don't even remember. God, I think it was when I was in Jamaica. By the way, Jamaica not as nice as you would think. Not as nice. It's pretty hardcore in Jamaica. Shit gets real in Jamaica. I think I was there for 2 or 3 days, and it was kind of a place where you feel bad for visiting. You're like, man, I've never felt guilty for having food to eat. Like, it seems like just such a bare minimum basic thing. I'm like, I feel guilty for having food available to me right now. Like, I can go and get food if I desire it. And I feel like an asshole for that fact, because these people, they don't have any food. This guy's house is made of metal that looks like it was corrugated in 1903. Although what they did have was a McDonald's. I always talk about that with Jamaica. I went to Jamaica and was there with my dad on kind of like a little bro time vacation. And what I remember about Jamaica is, God, I don't even remember what city we went to at this point. It's been so long. A long, long time ago, my memory was never so good to begin with. Are you going to be a druid? A Drew-ID? Oh, this dude went and got himself a leather chestus's piece. Good for you, man. You deserve it. Get yourself that leather chestus's piece. It'll accent your man boobies, make the ladies like you more. There's nothing ladies like pecs and arms that are vascular. I've noticed of every girl that I've dated, they all like something a little bit different, but every girl that I've ever met seems to like arms, like forearms that are like vascular and veiny and shit. I don't know, it doesn't do anything for me. If I was dating a girl with veiny arms, I'd be like, well, I guess that's cool. I mean, whatever floats your bird, whatever floats your bird. That works too, though, because some birds float like ducks. Whatever floats your duck. Anyways, whatever floats your boat, darling. Don't bother me none. If we're together, we're together. Quit shaving, have veiny arms, I don't even care. Doesn't bother me at all. Just keep hanging out with me. I kind of like the social interaction. It's pretty sweet. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, Jamaica. Went to Jamaica. It was not super... As far as vacations goes, it was fun because I was there with my dad. But overall, the country itself just kind of makes you feel guilty for being there. I don't really know how else to describe it. Like the first world guilt was very, very thick while I was there. Like, man, these people have it real rough out here. Jamrock ain't doing so good. I kind of just want to give all these people a hug and be like, it's going to be okay, but I know deep down emphatically it is not going to be okay. It's like you could lie and be like, it's going to be okay, but it's not going to be okay. It's like going to Rwanda and being like, it's going to be okay, guys. It's not. It's just, you can't give people false hope like that either. I feel like this has really gotten off the rails, but at a certain point, I think that hugs, they lose their ability to make somebody's situation better. Like, if I hug this guy right here, I'm pretty sure his day will get better. But I can't promise that that hug will remove just the extraneous circumstances of his life. You know? It was gnarly. It was gnarly and generally unenjoyable. Lots of people trying to cheat you. Lots of people trying to rob you. Everybody is out. Like, the taxi drivers there are all trying to extort you, like, non-stop. The taxi drivers there, they run all kinds of weird little scams. You gotta watch out with taxi drivers in Jamaica. I don't know if that's for taxi drivers everywhere. I assume it is. Taxi driving seems to be kind of a weird profession. I went to Miami for a while. Taxi drivers, they were always trying to rip you off too. You're taking the long way around. I got a taxi one time when my car got impounded, and I was actually really, really happy with the taxi driver. He came and got me within like 5 minutes of me calling him. It was like a weekday at like 2 in the afternoon. My car got impounded because I moved into a new apartment building. I moved into a new apartment building, forgot what number my spot was, and I parked one over from my assigned spot. My neighbor, being the wonderful human being that she was, had my car towed the first time I parked in her spot after I just moved there 2 days earlier. Needless to say, I left her a super gnarly note on her front door. But after making that mistake, she impounded my car. I didn't know how expensive it was to get your car out of the impound. Oh my god. For a college student, it pretty much used up my food money for like the next... Basically, I had to go back out. That's when I started in college. I actually fixed computers. Did you steal from me? He's got a ninja star. It was only worth like 10 gold anyways, so I'm not going to worry about it. I don't even know where he got a ninja star from. I don't even think I stock ninja stars. Not anymore anyways. They were too low margin. I wasn't excited. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So my car got impounded. Oh my god. It is really expensive to get your car out of the impound. Mine was only there for like 3 hours, and they charged me like $750 to get it out of the impound. It was gnarly. I was like, how do you get a... It was sitting in a parking lot for 2.5 hours, man. I know it didn't cost you that much because the tow place was only 5 minutes from my house. My god, I know the tow truck didn't use that much gas. Killing me, Smalls. Yeah, that's why I started fixing computers in college again, because I needed money after that happened because I couldn't feed myself. Money gets a little tight when you're in college. Money, especially if you're working out of your own pocket, like I was paying for my own colleges, so it's a pretty major expenditure for me. But yeah, the impound, if you need to make some money, you should open up an impound shop because towing cars does not seem that difficult. And then you just take them back to a parking lot that you own and then charge people ridiculous fees to get their car back, which they have to pay because in the United States you have to have a car to work. Like, I don't know anybody that doesn't commute at least an hour to their job. Like, 30 minutes to an hour is pretty much the standard for just about everybody I know. Butthead the Druid. Bart Butthead the Druid. He's actually just really good at headbutting. It has nothing to do with the fact that his head has a cleft in the center of it. That's coincidental. He got the cleft because he was messing around. He got into a fight with a textbook, and the textbook really just kind of left a lasting scar on him. Did what his daddy told him. Did what my daddy told me. Leave him with a scar. Leave him with a scar. How come nobody's buying swords or anything? Are you guys not feeling my sword sales? I wish that you were. I'm just going to hang out back here until I notice that counters are empty. And I'll try and chase people down whenever I can. Obviously, things are going to get knocked on the floor. It's good. We haven't not made that much money today. That's actually got me a little bit sketchy and nervous. I may use one of these racks for druid hats since we already have the wares in our inventory. It seems like a waste to me not to stock them, especially if we've got druids all over the place. I don't know if he just knocked both those off, but it feels like he just knocked both of those off. Lots of things being thrown around. I think we have to restock our wizard staves. Well, one of them. Alright, wizard stave has been restocked. Everything else looks pretty good, though. Our throughput is pretty low today. I don't know if there's been some weird economic modifier that's been applied, or people are just on hard times right now, but I don't feel like people are buying stuff. This side, if I can make it happen, is going to be plain swords. Whereas the other side, how are we doing on that quest? One more plain sword, and we are the hell up out of here as far as those points are concerned. That allows us to move up to the top with... Did he steal? I think he stole. Let's wait and see if he gets zapped. Yes, he did. The answer to that question is, indeed. He hath been zapped on the 18th day of March. In the year of our Lord, Anno Domini. 2050. I want this hat. Let me pick it up, you little bastards. There we go. Restock the potion shelf. Can't even keep things in stock. It's pretty good. Restock shields for a minute. Looks like wizard staves are out too. So getting on that probably couldn't hurt us. Unless the staves have lots of splinters. I don't know how well the poles were turned for those. They may actually be turned a lot worse than we expect. Yeah, performance needs a big boost in this game. There's no reason a game that looks like this should run this laggy. And it's just kind of like a fact you have to live with once you get to a certain point in the game. Man, you guys are going through shit, aren't you? Wizard staves disappearing like instantly the second I put them out. That's good though. That means we're getting paid. Not that much. Alright, plain swords back on the rack to this side, so that people can have the proper implements of stabature that they require, just in case somebody needs to get stabatized. Restock a couple of those. Swords on this side are looking okay. Get the boots restocked. That's nice. We're all out of pants over here. I think pants are like a couple up or a couple down from the plate shirt. Yeah, there they are right there. Get those back on the shelves so we can continue earning. I guess everybody's got wounds right now. It must be a dangerous world out there because they're going through health potions really, really, really rapidly. Either that or the new strawberry flavoring I've been putting inside of them. Before, I had kind of this weird sweaty butt cheek flavor going on. And then I swapped it out for zap him to get rid of him for just a moment. How are our two-handed swords looking? Two-handed swords are stocked. Armored boots could use some loving, though, over in this corner. No, those are health potions. Those don't go. Oh my god. It is a mess over here, ain't it? It is a mess over here, ain't it? Alright, let's restock some plate helms. Restock some of those little guys. Make it look a little bit nicer. I'm sure somebody's stealing from me while I've got my back turned. But the skeleton's got to go. He looks pretty happy about it, though. He looks like he's doing some old, like, 1905 dance on the floor. Like, like doing that thing where you walk forward while putting your hands behind you. Doing the Charleston. Do we have dance crazes anymore? I was about to say we don't have dance crazes anymore. But actually, I think the Harlem Shake was pretty popular for like 2 weeks and then it disappeared. We got the Thizzle dance in the Bay, but the Thizzle dance never goes out of style. Can you do the Thizzle dance? When you hear that come on in the Bay Area, it's almost mandatory. You have to get hyped. Like the second you hear it, it is on for the next 3.5 minutes. I don't think that guy stole from me. I think he's just running out of the store looking all suspicious. I got staves around here somewhere. There they are. I don't know how many wands I have left either, but I guess I'll get rid of a couple. Try and make some cash money. Perfect. Did you steal from me? How come we haven't had any barbarian invasions? Somebody told me there was barbarian invasions in this game, but I've yet to see one. Most of what I see is me staring at the floor picking stuff up. I think this cabinet might be about to go. Yeah, it's taking on a darker shade. And I think that's like the final thing that it does. The final countdown! Ba-da-ba-ba! Ba-da-ba-ba-ba! Ba-da-ba-ba-ba! Placing boots. There we go. Boots have been placed. Looks like most of my swords are laying on the floor. On the plus side, our backstock's nice, so we might not have to order that much stuff tonight in order to keep ourselves running. Definitely gonna need some armored boots, though. Armored boots went out quick. I think they were trendy today, though. I think they were trending or something like that. Right? Oh, no, plate helms were trending today. Strangely enough, I don't feel like I sold that many plate helms for them to be trending. There's a little bit more right there. Grab you, and then replace the helmets right there. Nope, that's not what I wanted. This one over here goes with wizard hats, just in case you want to get your Waz on. Perfect. Should be fairly slow for the next couple minutes. Actually, all in all, we ended up making a lot of money that day. I think the amount of money you make seems to be fairly standard, like 26,000-ish. Seems to be about where we settle every single day. Get some basic cleanup done while we wait. Maybe sweep up the floor slightly. I got a whole lot else to mess with anyways, and the store is slow enough now to where I can keep an eye on everything that's going on. I dread going into the druid room back there. Druids are muddy, dirty people. They live out in the forest. They're always hugging wolves and random animals. They got loads of fleas and deer ticks all over them. That's a horrible feeling, by the way, finding a deer tick on yourself. That is an awful feeling. Every time I go fishing, I swear to God, every time I go fishing, I can go sleep on the ground in the middle of the forest and I won't get a single thing wrong with me. The second I go fishing, I get a deer tick. Every single time. Every single time. I'm like a magnet for deer ticks. I got delicious blood. The bloodline is strong. At least that's what my dad used to say whenever he had a tick. Like, just can't help it. We taste too good. They love us. Perfect. Superior bloodlines, as my old man used to say. Superior bloodlines. And they just want to be a part of it. They just want to have our blood inside of them so that maybe one day they have a chance of becoming part of the clan, becoming part of the fam, part of the kinfolk. I was just going to say part of the clan, but then I realized that that was probably poor phrasing. So I was like, alright, maybe I'll move that around a little bit. Maybe I'll put in some apostrophes and some punctuation. Cool. Another day down. 10 seconds of business left before we get to close the door. I'm a bad employee, so I probably would have closed him a couple minutes ago and just been like, meh, whatever, doesn't matter to me, dog. Sounds like your problem that you need to shop for adventuring supplies. But we used to do that all the time at Blockbuster. We close the store like 30 minutes early and just like bail. I'm like, whatever. I told you, we were horrible employees. This is what happens when you don't incentivize a good work ethic. You pay people $4 an hour. That's exactly how much work you're going to get out of them. $4 an hour's worth of work. You get what you pay for. Don't get indignant. Don't get mad. Get that right there. Cool. Let's restock some shelves, shall we? We got a couple minutes left in the episode. In fact, we have several minutes left in the episode. Not a lot left to talk about when it comes to shopkeep, though. I do think the game is getting a little repetitive right now. There are things that I'd like to check out. But all in all, I've hit about as much as I'd like to hit with the game. I'm going to keep it going for a little while longer because I'm not feeling that 100% like I'm going to quit feeling. But it does seem like we're doing the same things over and over and over again. Doesn't it? Doesn't it at least feel a little bit like we're doing the same things over and over and over again? It does to me. It does to me. And so whenever I get into that situation, I start evaluating. I don't need plate shoulders. I could probably use frost axes. Probably use you guys. Yep, that's fine. Maybe one of you. One of you. One of you. I'll probably just grab like a little bit of everything because we did sell a lot of multi-purpose stuff today. We sold a bunch of random shit today, so I don't know. While that order is coming in, let's have a look at our K points. They should be fairly robust because we just finished a quest. We've also got to select another quest, so let's go in on that very quickly before we decide what we want to do. Not for priests is actually a pretty easy one. We should be able to clear that very quickly. Out of mana is going to take forever, so I probably won't go after that one. Let's do not for priests. We have everything in stock for that quest, so we should be able to clear it within a day or two. And it's 85 points that we didn't have before. Okay, so gloves are restocked. Everything's looking good. We need a few more plate shoulders in here. I believe that we had some shields laying around. We should probably repair a whole bunch of these benches because they're looking a little bit roughed up. Perfect. You know what movie I saw over the weekend that was really, really good? I saw Goon over the weekend with Sean William, I don't know his name. Anyway, Stifler. Really, really good film. Like, for real. A really solid sports film. If you're into hockey or just like sports in general, not a bad film at all. I came in expecting very, very little from that film and came out feeling really, really satisfied. Like I had gotten way more than I had bargained for with regards to my entertainment. I was like strapped to my seat during that film. I liked it a lot. Then again, I played hockey when I was growing up, and so I like hockey a lot too, so that helped out a little bit. But essentially, it's just the story of a guy who becomes an enforcer. If you don't know what the enforcer is, in a hockey league, an enforcer is a guy that you put in to commit penalties and go to the penalty box. So let's say that the other team's got somebody that's just like checking with wild abandon, and he's playing hella dirty, and he's just like not adhering to the rules. In hockey, the enforcer's job, you put him in to go fight with that guy and kick the shit out of him, and then the enforcer goes to the penalty box, and then it's all good. It's taken care of. None of your actual players had to take the penalty on their record. And your team managed to get revenge against the guy that was playing unfairly. And so anyways, it's a story of a guy who's not very smart. In fact, he's real dumb. He's got a low IQ. He's kind of one of those people that's right on the edge. I'm sure you've met one or two in life who are like, they're smart enough to be functional, and they're smart enough to hold a job, and they're smart enough to have like friends and social lives and girlfriends and whatnot, but they're just not super intelligent, and they know they're not super intelligent. And the main character is like that. He's this guy that, like, he's kind of sweet, you know what I mean? Like, you can't help but feel bad for the guy because it's his limited capabilities that are holding him back. It's not his work ethic or anything else. It's just the fact that he doesn't understand things a lot of the time holds him back, and he ends up getting drafted into the hockey leagues to be an enforcer. True story as far as I know, or at least based on a true story as far as I know. Googled it after the fact, and it seemed like there was some truth in there. Good film, though. Surprisingly good film. Was not expecting it to be a good film. So can we not make clubs or anything for the druids? Like, what do the druids use as weapons? I'm not seeing anything that's indicative to me of druidity. Fluidity for your druidity. I will probably... Let's build a few more racks in here. This one's going to be for leather armor, I think. Unfortunately, the walls aren't letting me place it very easily. Well, here, we'll start it up right here then. Armor rack, armor rack. Looks perfect to me. Haven't unlocked a lot of things yet. That'll probably work for the moment. I'm going to clear out all the druid stuff, and I'm actually going to make this the druid room over here. And if we overstock it, like, yes, our theft might go up, but it also means, let's say that I put like 15 of these things on racks. It means I don't have to mess with this room for a while, because people are just going to come in here and come get what they want, and then they're going to walk out. I needed a wood chest piece, unless I didn't buy it. It's possible that I may not have. We also have wooden gloves. And no room for them. Okay, let's get our wood pants here. We'll get some wooden chests. I also saw Hateful Eight finally. And I'm really, really lukewarm about Hateful Eight. I haven't decided if I liked it or not yet. Really, really slow film. And while the suspense was great and the mystery was great, there were decisions made, like in maybe chapter 4 or 5, that I strongly didn't agree with. As a fan of mysteries and whodunits, I feel like Tarantino broke some of the fundamental rules of writing a whodunit, and that might just be because he's never done like a mystery film before. Has he done a mystery film before? Either way, there are like rules for writing mystery novels, and he broke several of them in like the 4th or 5th chapter, where Domergue's Got a Secret was the name of the chapter. He broke them, and I just felt betrayed, and I was like, well, that doesn't, no. I don't like that at all. It was his decision to make, obviously, creatively. God, those pants. Those pants are goofy as shit. Why does it make a leather noise when I put wood on there? Huh. Guess that'll have to do for right now. But yeah, I enjoyed the first bit of it until the end. Like the chapter 4, chapter 5, I didn't really like that much. And then I liked the ending. But other than that, kind of lukewarm about it. I don't know if you can say that you loved a film that, like, there were serious issues with a couple of the decisions they made with regards to the storyline, and that was the only thing that bugged me. Still, I saw Hateful Eight this week, and it wasn't bad. It just wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be either, and so it was kind of like middle of the road for me. And I talked to a bunch of other people, and by and large, it either seems like people liked it or people were really lukewarm about it. I will see you all later. This is the next episode of Shopkeep. My name is Splattercat. Thanks for stopping on by my little proprietary shop, where we sell anything and everything to anybody who has cash. I will see you all next time. Hi, do everybody.